Hello and welcome to A Cat in the Garden. I have Saffron with me today, being adorable. She actually went to the vet today because she has something weird going on with her skin, and they gave her a skincare routine, which I think is hilarious. And we think maybe it's an allergy to something, maybe something seasonal outside. So we also got some Zyrtec and we're just gonna see what's going on, but she's doing great, which is good. Like, she's not dying or anything, obviously. She's such a good girl though. Everybody at the vet said she was beautiful and she was perfectly well behaved. She was the sweetest girl. So just hugging her a little bit extra today just because she had to go to the vet. But today is about plant mail. And I know I said I wasn't gonna get any more plants until PlantCon, but I failed. And I'm a little mad at myself for it, but also not really, because I saw a plant that I killed 2 years ago and I've been trying to get back in my collection ever since, and just nobody has sold one. I don't know why. It's not a rare plant, but I haven't seen anybody selling it. So when I saw it for sale over the weekend, I was like, I have to buy it. I have to. And then I couldn't just buy one plant because you guys know how I feel about buying just a single plant. So I had to buy a couple more to make the shipping worth it. But luckily it arrived so quickly, the box. I think it was shipped out Sunday night, Monday morning. And the box arrived yesterday evening, Tuesday, but it was a little too dark to film. So I'm filming it today, Wednesday. And you know, I think it's fine because it was really in the mail for a day and a half. So just waiting half a day to film it is fine. I think it's all gonna be fine in the box, you know. We have a controlled temperature environment in here and the plants should be okay, you know. I think plants can tolerate a lot more than we really think they can, especially when it comes to shipping. Saffron is being really cute and I don't want to let her go, but I can't open the box unless I let her go. So say goodbye, Saffy. Say goodbye. I'll get you later. So let's open up this box. This is the box. You might get some commentary from Saffron throughout the video, which is fine. It's just what she does. But there should be, I think, 3 Hoyas in here. It's a smaller box than the one I got last time, because last time I went crazy and I think I got 5 or 6 plants because I got so many cuttings. This is from PlantitasDreams. So I unboxed all of those Lacanosa from her last time. I just went crazy, but you know, when somebody has that good of a deal, I feel like you have to. So here's a first look at the inside of the box. Love the floof. Saffron is still just giving her commentary because that's what she does. That's my girl. So, okay, there is a cutting right on top. Okay, the packaging is a little different from last time, but it's okay because I know this wasn't super well rooted, but I had to have it anyway. It was a really good price and there were some roots and the splash is really pretty on it. So this is the Hoya Graffiti Splash. It's not quite as splashy as the one I had before and I killed, but this is a newer leaf. That's a decent amount of splash. I loved this plant so much. It was adorable. I really missed having it. It has slightly wavy margins, great splash, really nice texture in the abs. There you go, the glare of the light is showing that off. It's just a great plant to have in my collection. There is a new growth point actively growing with a little leaf. I don't know if that leaf will make it, but that's okay. I don't care. I finally have this plant back. There have just been a few plants that I've really missed. Like I've mentioned before, this was one of them. I also got another plant in this box that I have previously killed and I missed. So I feel like I'm checking a lot of those plants off that I did miss having in my collection, and it feels really good to have them back. Just the ones that I really care about. There are some that I don't. I'm like, good riddance, get out of here. But this one I really liked. And I was so sad when it died. The first one I thought I had flat mites, so I put it in a prop box with a bunch of other plants that I thought had flat mites, and they rotted to death because I never opened it. I didn't give it ventilation. I didn't give it light. I was just like, I don't want to deal with these plants, and they all died. So we're gonna learn from those mistakes and not do that this time. But I also, ever since that happened over a year and a half ago, I have not had any suspicion of flat mites in my collection, which is very good. So maybe I just eradicated it and I just won't have to deal with it anymore, which would be great. But to new beginnings with this plant. Okay, so there is another one that I have killed that I'm replacing in my collection. Gotta get all the floof off of it. It's also a slightly rooted cutting. It's not super rooted. It's got new growth, leaves that aren't hardened off yet, but I think it should be okay. It feels slightly thirstier than the other one, but the leaves aren't quite as thick. So this is the Hoya NS05-055, also known as the Hoya pseudo-littoralis. I love this plant. I love the leaf shape. I don't know, it's just slightly unique. It almost reminds me of little fans coming out with each leaf. Just it's slightly different than what you typically see in a Hoya. The leaf color is a lighter green, which I also like. It does sun stress and it's very pretty when it sun stresses, but I know she over at PlantitasDreams and myself have had a hard time sun stressing it. I feel like it needs very specific conditions in order to sun stress. I don't care about getting it to sun stress or not. That's not my goal with Hoyas. I want them to grow and be happy and maybe bloom. Sun stressing just isn't really my thing unless it's a really cool purpley one, which typically the silver Hoyas do, but that's just a topic for a whole other day. This is adorable. I am so happy to have it back. I'm so happy it's got multiple nodes. Again, I mean, it doesn't look stressed out now, but you never know if the tiny leaves are gonna make it or not. It's okay if they don't. I'm not gonna be mad at it. I've got a couple nodes to work with. Maybe I'll chop it up and just try to get a fuller plant right off the bat. But even if I don't, this is so cute. I also really like this one trailing sometimes. So I can decide if I want to put it on a trellis or have it trail. I'm not really sure yet. I feel like it would also grow fairly well up a trellis, but it's adorable and I'm very happy to have it back. So that concludes the plants that I've killed that I've gotten back into my collection. The next plant that I got is completely new to me. This one is wrapped really well because it's slightly bigger, so it needs a little bit more cushion. And every time she has a sale, I've seen bigger plants offered. I've always wanted to get one, but sometimes they're more expensive because they're bigger. And I don't always want to shell out that much on just one plant, but sometimes they're cheaper. So this one wasn't as big as some that I've seen before, but it was big enough where I was like, okay, this is an established plant and that's always a lot of fun to purchase. And I want to do it more. I really do. I need to start saving up my money and just buying bigger plants instead of always buying cuttings. I think it always goes better, but I'm happy that I got this one. This is the Hoya CVL ELLE. It almost reminds me of a Lacanosa. I don't know if it is or not, but it's splashy. The leaves are elongated. They're a little bit more on the smaller side. I feel like this could grow up a trellis or trail. It's just got a lot of Lacanosa traits, which is why I like it. You guys know me, I love my Lacanosa, but this is adorable. You can see some veins in with the light through the window. It doesn't really pick up too well with the camera, but there are multiple growth points on this plant. So there are 2 vines growing up this little pole here. So there's 2 there. There's a 3rd one at the bottom and then a 4th one that is right below this little, I don't know what you call it, clip, plant clip. So I will have to move the plant clip because I think that's gonna grow right into it, which could be problematic, but it's fine because I don't mind moving it for new growth. You know what I mean? This plant is growing everywhere. And that's why I love established plants, because you just get a plant that's automatically growing. There are some roots I can see coming through the side of the cup, even though I have a bunch of tape over it. You can still see that's a nice root right there. That is awesome to see that it's healthy, it's growing, no pests, just a very healthy, happy plant. like I said, these plants were barely in shipping. She lives near Houston, I want to say, and I'm just a few hours north of Houston. So anytime I get plants from a seller in Texas, they arrive so quickly, and I just love that so much. It's part of why I don't mind buying same state plant shipped. Also, I'm not going to drive to Houston typically for a plant, so if it was in Austin or something, I'd go pick it up. But Houston is a little far. That's about 3.5 to 4 hours for me. So I do not mind having it shipped, especially when it's going to arrive so quickly. I don't have to spend extra on next day or 2-day shipping. I can just get regular shipping and they come very quickly. It's just a bonus. It's very nice. This plant, oh, all 3 plants that I got today are really cool, and I'm really happy that I have all of them. I think for all 3 plus shipping, I spent about $70, $72. So I think that's very fair for a fully rooted, multiple growth point plant here, and then 2 lightly rooted cuttings that have multiple nodes each. I think that's fair. I really enjoy when you can get a plant that you want at an affordable price, because you never know. Some places just overcharge still, which I think is silly. Like, this isn't 2020 anymore. Plants aren't worth what they used to be, and they're more accessible for everybody, which is just really cool. My Safi girl is back to check out the plants. You like it? You like the plant I picked out? No, you don't care? It's hit or miss. It's hit or miss with the cats. Sometimes they care, sometimes they don't. Nutmeg really likes blooms, so if a plant's blooming, he'll sniff it, but I think it's fine that it's hit or miss too, because they don't eat my plants, and that's a very good thing. But that's it for this unboxing from PlantitasDreams with Saffron here. She's purring right now, and it's the cutest thing ever. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up down below and subscribe so you don't miss anything from us here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.